The one thing I'd say about BC's upcoming referendum on electoral reform is that it's as boring as it is important, which is to say, very. My biggest concern is that people won't be able to stay awake long enough to get through the ballot question, which is, are you in favor of keeping the current first-past-the-post system or moving to a system of proportional representation? Oh, Jesus. Look, here's the question I submitted, but it didn't get picked. Are you sick and tired of having some twit you didn't vote for represent you with 40% of the vote? A yes to that means let's change it. Personally, I think it's a lot clearer, but whatever. Have you ever wondered to yourself regarding certain government decisions? What the fuck, dude? I didn't vote for that. And when 60% of us feel that way on a regular basis, I'm going to suggest to you that that's a problem. Probably the most common defense of first past the post is that they provide a stable majority. But they're a majority not wanted by a majority of the people. Another argument that's common but stupid is that pro-rep would lead to extreme right parties having control. But guess what? They already do. Do you know who hates immigrants and climate protection policies? Doug Ford and Donald Trump, in case you were wondering. And some fearmongers want you to believe that this system would lead to having neo-Nazis elected. But that system has a minimum threshold of 5%. So let's do a little math. In the last British Columbia election, just under 2 million people cast their ballots. For a neo-Nazi to get elected, they'd have to get 100,000 votes. I mean, look, Bill, I get it. Even one neo-Nazi is one too many. But the Yogi Levitationists have a better chance of getting in than the extras from The Sound of Music. There was a lot of Nazis in that. And anyway, first past the post really only works well in a two-party system, which we've never had. Going back to Canada's first federal election in 1867, the count went 50% Liberal, 49% Conservative, and 1% Other, which in 1867, I believe was a fringe group opposed to a carbon tax, but they peaked early. And as for the last 9 elections, going back to 88, there was only 3 governments that had over 40% for their majority. The Conservatives in 88 had a whopping 43% for their majority. The other 6 were anywhere from 36 and 39%. So, to recap, 39% of the vote gets you 100% of the power. I mean, I'm sorry, that's just idiotic. And let's be clear, a minority government is not the same thing as proportional representation. In the current system, a small change in the vote can be the difference between a minority and a majority. So parties are eager to bring down a government if they think that a small shift in the polls will give them a shot. But in pro-rep, a small change in votes doesn't lead to a big change in seats, so you might as well keep cooperating with the people already there. And good things happen when people in power are forced to play nice. We got Medicare and the Canada Pension Plan because of it. As for the referendum itself, voting no to change is easy. It's the basic physics of inertia. But if you vote yes, then you have to answer a second question, choosing between 3 variations. Please don't let this stop you. Research it if you have time, but throw a dart if you have to, because when it comes right down to it, they're all better than the tyranny of the 39%.